Welcome to Uma's Lotus Lounge, Season 3, Episode 21. So excited and blessed to be here. Wow, Season 3. It's the threes. It's the threes. On Tuesday was my 3-year stream anniversary, which means that I have been streaming officially for 3 years. And this is the third season of this featured show. So I feel incredibly blessed right now. And my message, my Wednesday wisdom today, is about that. But before we get to the message, before we get to our featured guest today, which is, by the way, Lieutenant Colonel Bill, before we get to all of that, let's start our stream with positive affirmations. So here's how we're going to do this. Okay. I want you guys to put a 1 in the comments if you would like a positive affirmation of the day. If you are watching this on the recording, you can pick a number from 1, 2, or 3. And then the first 3, affirmations that I pull can be your message as well for those of you watching from home. All right. So Bien is 1. I am motivated. That is your affirmation for the day. I am motivated. I trust that I know what is best for me. That is a great message. All right. Beauty, you will be number 2. Beauty, I am vibrant. I am vibrant. I honor my boundaries and radiate confidence. I love that. Red Widow, you will be number 3. I am aligned. I am aligned. Today, I choose to release all beliefs, people, and energies that no longer serve my highest and greatest good. Morella, I see your 1. I am thriving. My life is abundant. Short and sweet and to the point, right? Kay, I see you, Kay. I am mindful. I am mindful. As I move through my day, my body, mind, and soul are aligned with my higher self. By the way, guys, if I missed your 1, don't feel bad. Just put it back again in the comments and I will get to it. Um, Anyone else wanted their affirmation of the day? Eli, I am grateful. I am grateful. Gratitude awakens the good to unfold in my life. Um, Kyle, I am open. My higher guidance communicates with me through ideas. I stay open to receiving messages. Anomaly, I am present. I am present. Today, I pay close attention to the ideas that flow to me. Stacy, I am magnetic. I am magnetic. I'm attracting my wildest dreams with ease and peace. I'm attracting my wildest dreams with ease and peace. All right. Thank you, Kyle. You got a couple. You got a couple just to say, Kyle. You got a couple. There you go. There you go. Anyone else? Did I miss anyone with their thank you? Butterfly love. I am committed. I am committed. My faith in the journey is stronger than my doubts and fears. My faith in the journey is stronger than my doubts and fears. Anyone else would like your positive affirmation of the day? Positive affirmation. I am 10K away from 21.5. That is a castle. That is a castle. Thank you, Butterfly. Welcome in, everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge, a featured stream here on the Plenty of Fish app. I'm very blessed to be your host for this hour. I hope that you receive some inspiration for your midweek. I hope that you are motivated and you feel good, positive energy upon leaving the stream. Don't forget, if you stick around until the end of the stream, 2 things. At 5 o'clock, I will announce who is the #1 gifter of the stream, and they will get a special reading. And everyone in the stream will get a free general psychic reading from me. And then after 5 o'clock, if you want a psychic reading into your specific situation, you can stay behind after the show ends at 5 and spin wheels, and we can do some readings for you guys. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Bien. All right. So my topic today, Shorty, thank you. My topic today is, when no one is looking, still keep grinding. I had like a really blessed day today, and I had to come on stream and talk about it because so many times when we're working on our goals, when we're manifesting the life we want, you hit that dry period, right? That dry spell where nothing's moving, nothing's happening. And then you feel Maybe the universe forgot about me. Maybe God forgot about me. Maybe the angels don't care about me. Maybe no one really likes me, right? But we know this is not true. This is our anxiety. This is how we feel on the inside, but this is not a true situation, not a true story, right? We have to learn to keep going no matter what or how things appear. So I woke up this morning to an amazing text from our admin, our Plenty of Fish admin, saying that the people love you, Uma, and we want to give them more of what they want. So we're going to be promoting some of your streams, your shows to the general public because people want to know more about you and what you're doing. So I was very, very happy about that. And then I went to the gym, get my little workout on, getting ready for the new year. And I went to the gym and I'm walking, and this cute little old lady walks up to me and says, Uma, you may not remember me. And I said, Betty, of course I remember you. I tend to remember all my clients. Yes, all of my clients and my students, I tend to remember. And she said, yes, I used to come to your center. I am the CEO of a metaphysical wellness center. And she said, I used to come to your center, and I want you to know that was one of the best moments of my life. You're such an inspiration. And I just wanted to stop you to tell you that I follow you on social media, and I want you to keep doing what you're doing. You're an inspiration to me and an inspiration to many. So this shout out is to Betty Ratty, wherever you are. Bless your heart. Thank you for reaching out to me today. And yes, I took a picture with no makeup on because, it was such a good moment. I had to put aside my ego, aside for the time being, and just take that picture because I wanted to remember this, that wow, there's somebody out here who came to my studio years ago, 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and they still remember the impact I made on them. And that made me feel really good. And then I came home and I came on streams, and you guys witnessed that. Some of you witnessed that in real time when my best friend came and dropped off this black cashmere sweater. Ooh. And this beautiful necklace and these diamond earrings. And that's my Christmas present, So I'm feeling very blessed today. And the message today for Wednesday's wisdom is this: keep grinding when no one is watching, or you think no one is watching, because people are. People are watching you, and they're watching how you handle all the stress and strife of life. I'll tell you what, the one thing I can tell you guys honestly is no matter what happens in my life, I'm going to keep smiling. I'm going to keep shining because I understand the way the world works. And I understand that for every down, there's an up. In fact, for every down, there's 2 ups, right? So when you're down and out, please be mindful of your attitude, your personality. Still be an inspiration to others. Still be a blessing to others. I can't tell you how many times I've been broke, dead broke, and still managed to cook for my friends. Still managed to give my children presents, still managed to massage my partner. Like there's things you can do without it costing money, and just to be there for other people. So don't ever allow what you're going through to prevent you from being a blessing to other people. It was so nice to have so many people reach out to me today and let me know, Uma, you're an inspiration, you're a blessing, you've blessed my life, and I want to bless you too. So thank you to Sarah, to Betty, to Janet, to everybody who's reached out to me today and sent blessings my way. I definitely could use it, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. So that's what I wanted to share with you for today's message for the metaphysical side of this, is that I understand some of you may be really going through it. It's the holidays. Put a 1 in the comments if the holidays are a difficult time for you, right? Maybe you've had a death in the family, or maybe you've had a breakup, or you're going through a breakup or a loss of somebody important in your life, right? And you're not really in that holiday mood. There we go. I'm speaking to you guys right now. Listen, this year has been tough for me. I've been through it. One day I'll talk about it. One day I'll talk about it when I'm out of it, but I'm still going through it. And this is what I'm going to tell you. The most important thing for you right now is 2 things. Take care of yourself, self-care, and surround yourself with people who love you and adore you and appreciate you. I've started cutting people out of my life that I've come to realize are really just hanger-ons, people that just want me in their life because it's like a nice shiny ornament, right? Oh, look, I have a Uma in my life. I don't care about her. I don't support her. I don't check on her. I don't inquire about her health. I don't support her business, but I have a Uma in my life, right? And I got to tell you this. I was so starved for attention because of my childhood situation growing up. I was so starved for love that even that energy was enough for me. Even that energy was enough for me to say, okay, I'm not getting my needs met, but okay, because it's nice to feel wanted. It's nice to feel like people care about you, even though they don't care about you. They just care about themselves or what they got going on. And I have in my 40s come to a place where I realize I'm pretty cool and I'm a pretty nice person and I'm pretty decent and I'm very loving and I'm very kind and I'm very nice and I'm very funny. So people should be happy to have me in their life and they should honor me for being in their life the way I honor people for them being in my life. You know what I mean? And once I changed that mindset in my head, it's amazing how much real people started stepping to the front and like the fake people started just kind of pulling back. Does that make sense to anybody? Have you guys gone through this or are you going through this? Because that's how I feel is like they're not bad people. They just got a lot going on, right? And they're so caught up in their own stuff, they can't see that you are a person too and you need love too and you need attention and respect and compassion too. um I tell you guys this, one of the ways I cut people from my life is if they have absolutely no tolerance. If I make a mistake, if I make a mistake, because we're all human, we all make mistakes. I'm the first one. If I make a mistake, I'm going to apologize, I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I'm going to feel really bad about it. But I expect to be around people who will say, you know what, Uma, you hurt me. I understand, but I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna need a minute, but I love you and I understand. You know why I need to be around those people? Because I'm that person. I'm that person. You could hurt me time and time and time again, but I understand that if you're acting from an unconscious place, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know how you're hurting me. So I'm okay to forgive people because I understand how we all get caught up in the moment or we get caught up in situations, but I can't be with people anymore that are just like they want to drown you in the victimization. I can't hang out with victims. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I can't do it. I can't hang out with the victims, people with the victim mentality. Um, so I had to like really just start reassessing. And can I tell you all this? How many of you are surrounded by people with victim mentality? It's like everywhere you look, somebody's always complaining about something. There's a reason for that. Do you know? Put a one in the comments if you're somebody who's always surrounded by people with victim mentality. All right, Freddie, Morella, Beauty, Home 2012, right? You guys are the healers. Plain and simple, you're the healers. I am a professional healer. I'm a Reiki master teacher, an IET instructor and practitioner, access instructor and practitioner, tuning fork instructor and practitioner. I'll tell you this, the broken, the people that are lacking certain things in their life draw to you because of your light. So it's important that you understand why these people are in your life and treat them accordingly. They are not supposed to be your friends. They are not supposed to be your partners, right? They are not supposed to be the people you sleep with. These are the people that are seeking your guidance, your counsel, your healing, right? And then you get to choose how you show up for that, whether you want to give them healing. Like for me, I've switched from actually physically touching people to heal them with the things I told you guys about before, to now using my voice to heal people, being the voice of reason, the voice of logic, the voice of spirit, to bring closure for people or healing for people. So you can be that as well. in people's lives, right? So, we all have a mantle we have to bear, and you just got to know what your mantle is, and you got to wear it and wear it proudly. All right. So welcome in everyone. This is Uma's Lotus Lounge. It is a featured stream here of the Plenty of Fish and Meetme app. I will let you guys know if you are commenting below. We see a lot of red in the streams, but we do not tolerate any sort of hate speech, negativity, bullying, harassment, cyberbullying in the stream, especially on a featured stream, because the admin has approved this stream, and we want to make sure that they are proud of what they have approved. So if you say anything that is negative or untowards towards me or the community, you will be kicked immediately, and it's all recorded to YouTube. So we're gonna be able to know who you are and look back. All right. All right, so it's about that time that we have to meet our special guest of the stream. Now, for those of you that are streamers, please feel free to, if you ever wanted to be a guest on this stream, it's easy. All you have to do is hit me up on Instagram, or my manager, Aphrodisiac, in the comments, or my junior manager, Eli the Don, in the comments. You can hit any three of us up and get on the schedule. We're currently booking for January. The featured guest is a streamer here on the app, either Meetme, Plenty of Fish, Scout, and they are a streamer who has a somewhat positive stream. If you are a known troll, if you are a known bully, if you are a known, attack person, this is not the stream for you to be promoted in. It's not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. There's so many other streams you can go to and get promoted on. This stream is to promote the people that are actually using their streams for positive consciousness, positive experiences, or to heal, uplift, inspire, motivate, or make people laugh, right? Anything to do with the good feelings, the good vibes, the good vibes. So we have someone here who is an older gentleman, but pretty brand new, baby-like on streams. And it's been my pleasure to know him for the past few weeks. His name is Lieutenant Colonel Bill. And we're going to bring Bill in for a little conversation to find out about his life before streams, after streams. And this is an interactive show. So if you want to ask questions in the comments, please feel free. If they're appropriate, I will include them for Bill to answer. But for the next 15 minutes, we're going to be interviewing Bill. And then afterwards, we're going to go to the free readings. All right. So can we please make Bill feel welcomed? Can we have some clapping hand emojis in the comments to welcome in Lieutenant Colonel Bill? Thank you. Thank you, Adelaide, Eli. Thank you. Hi, Bill. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm going to give you the big box because you're our featured guest today.
Ah.
So, Bill, I have been enjoying our conversations. The past few weeks, you've been coming to my stream, and I know there's a lot that I already know about you, but for the purpose of this stream, I'm going to ask you again for the new people in here that don't know you. All right. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself outside of streams? Who are you? What do you do? What's going on in your life outside of streams?
Sure. I grew up in a single parent home in Georgia, just south of Atlanta, a town called Griffin. We're poor, and but I was a fairly good athlete, so I got a football scholarship to Tennessee Tech, and that kind of broke me out of the cycle that was in Griffin, which was work at the mill, grow up, work at the mill, grow up. Everybody was going to the mill but me. And so I went to Tennessee Tech, and all I wanted to be was a football coach. So I majored in phys ed, and of course, it's the easiest course. And I was a C student. I wasn't anything brilliant. I just wanted to stay in school and play football. But I went to the student union one day, and the Marine recruiter was there, and he had a film of fighter jets and helicopters, and he said, "You can do that." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." So I signed up for the Marine Corps and got approved for flight school, and went to the Marine Corps after my graduation and flew Cobra helicopters. And so I went overseas to the Mediterranean on an aircraft carrier, a helicopter carrier, for 6 months, and came home. But during that time, my wife flew over. We got married. She was my high school sweetheart, by the way. And we got married in
Wow.
1970, and she flew over, and during that time, she got pregnant, and when I came home, she was pregnant. And my wife had a unique pregnancy. She threw up every day for 9 months with both kids. Uh, we had, you remember those ice cream bags you put your ice cream in at the store so it
Yeah.
wouldn't melt on the way home? We had about 50 of them under the car seat for her to throw up.
Oh, wow.
But
That was
anyway,
that bad. Thank you.
we had a son. He's now 50. He lives in Atlanta, has a job with a construction company. And we had a daughter later on, and she's 43, and I live with her. Well, I was flying one night in the reserves, and the helicopter engine quit, and I maneuvered it, and we crash landed. But my co-pilot, and I got out safe. And he said, "You know, you saved my life tonight, and
Wow.
I owe you. I owe you. What can I do?" And I said, "Well, take my resume into Lockheed," because he worked for Lockheed, the aircraft company. And I got hired by Lockheed, and I was with them for 30 years
Wow.
in international sales. To tell me how a football player, phys ed major, can be an aircraft salesman. I never flew the aircraft uh, in, in Europe. So I was assigned to Central Europe, and what they did is they gave me a territory that I couldn't hurt anything. And lo and behold, I created a couple of things out of nothing, and I started moving up the ladder. And I was doing fine. I was a religious guy. My kids and my wife and I went to church a lot, and I even became a part-time pastor at a little Baptist church outside of Atlanta. Did that for a year. Great experience. And I went to Texas because Lockheed consolidated, downsized. They put the marketing division in Fort Worth, and I was immediately assigned an F-16 program for Poland with very high intensity, more than I'd ever experienced. And then the BlackBerry came along, and you had to be in contact back home 24 hours. So I was having trouble sleeping. So one night I was sick, and I had a cold in Poland, and I asked the waiter if he would give me a hot toddy. Now I wasn't a liquor drinker; I drank wine. But he went and fixed me a whiskey with a lemon and honey, and I drank that, and I slept like a baby. And the next day I felt great. So I went back the next night, and I said, "Fix me another hot toddy." He did the same. And the next night I went back, I said, "Give me a whole pitcher of hot toddies, and I'll take them to my room." And I did it the next night, pitcher the next night. And he came to me Friday. He said, "Mr. Perkins, I'm in trouble." I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "You drank all of our Jim Beam for the week allotment in the executive lounge, and I'm in trouble." And I said, "Well, here, Pavel, here's some money. Go across the street, get a fifth for your bar here. And by the way, buy me another fifth and put my name on it." And then I began to drink by myself in my room. And before I knew it, I was an alcoholic.
Mm. Wow. That easy, right? Just that easy.
It just slipped up on me.
Yep.
I couldn't. And then by the end of, I ended up getting a divorce because of it, that and promiscuity. And uh, but I was 10 years alcoholic, and by the end of my trip, I was hiding booze everywhere. I put it in vodka and plastic water bottles, and my family would be sitting around drinking water, and I'd be drinking straight vodka. They didn't know it.
Oh, wow.
So I got kicked out of my house. My daughter and my wife kicked me out, and that was June 13th. Hello, dog. Gracie. That was June 13th, 2013, and I quit drinking that day, and I went to AA, and I went down to Florida for AA, and
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. She's so little. We barely hear her.
I went through the 12-step program with a great sponsor, and
Wow.
I was, which I recommend. You know, it's the way I went. It, it was the way I went. It was my lane, so to speak, for recovery.
Right.
And it worked because I think it worked because I completed the 12 steps. A lot of people get hung up around the sixth, seventh, and eighth step, and they don't get any further. And you've got to go to the end.
Wow.
And so I got sober, and I went back and I asked I'll tell you a story. I was smoking a cigar and I had ashes on the end of it, and I was trying to decide where I was going to ask my son if he could get me some in a treatment center in Atlanta because he knew some people, and and it was like, am I going to do it or not? Because it meant I had to quit my job as a consultant for an Israeli company, making out $8,000 a month. So I was going to say goodbye to that
Right.
and go into a treatment center. And I was thinking about it, and yes or no. And then I had pulled up his name on my BlackBerry, and but I hadn't hit dial yet or send or whatever it was, and the ashes fell on my coat, and I did like that, and I dialed his number. I hit the. He said hello, and I said Brent, and anyway, we tried the treatment center idea. It didn't work, but I did it go through AA, and I got sober, and we came home. Long story short, I came home. My wife and I worked restitution out. The kids accepted me, and then my wife contracted dementia, and we decided to get married again so that we would have our family back. We wanted to, complete the circle and get everything back in order, and we got married, and 6 months later, she died from dementia. So that was
Bless,
3 years ago,
bless her.
and uh, recently, about 5 months ago, I decided I may want some companionship again with a lady. I felt like I had been through the grieving process, and I moved in with my daughter and her family. And I asked them, "Is it okay with them?" They said, "Yeah." So I joined POF, and for dating, I've had two dates. Um, one, both ladies, very nice, very professional ladies, and one wanted me to walk on the beach every morning for 3 miles. And then I said, I can't do that. I'm just my girth. I gained a lot of weight during my
Right.
take care of my wife. I said, but what I'll do, I'll get a drone and I'll put it on your left shoulder and put a little speaker on it, and I'll talk to you while you're walking. And she didn't think that was funny, so
I don't think that. Yeah,
that
she would.
fell through.
I don't think she would have liked that.
That one fell through, and but I've got one. I've got one right now that I'm working on. We're
Okay.
going slow. We went one night for karaoke. As you know, I'm a karaoke nut. But I came upon the streaming. What is that? And I listened. And I said, "Is this free? Is this an extra charge?" And then, no, it's free. So I listened, and I decided to join in on some conversation. And I ran into some things that disturbed me a little bit. my age, I was picked on because I was older. Um, I would come up on the screen and say, "What do you want, Grandpa?" Things like that. So I quit. I quit at POL, but there was something tugging me about the streaming, so I joined again, and uh, and then I had a really bad experience with a streamer, and I quit again. But something again, I kept pulling on, so I joined back, and I've made the decision to become an active streamer, but I need organization. I'm not organized very well, so that's where I am today.
Beautiful. You know, I have so many questions for Bill, but we are going to save it for tonight because Bill is going to be the featured guest in my Wellness Wednesday stream tonight. And I have a couple of questions to ask him about his young childhood, about his battle with alcoholism, and of course, streaming. But the one thing I want to say to you right now, Bill, is I'm so glad you gave the app another chance, another try, because you found me and you found us, the Lotus Lounge family.
Exactly.
And we do fight.
Exactly.
I want y'all to know it's not just all love and roses over here. I yell at Bill sometimes too. He's like my pop pop, okay? And I'll just be like, now pop pop, control yourself, okay? But he knows it comes from a place of love, and I'm doing what I got to
Yeah.
do, and he's doing what he got to do, and we just support each other. You're always welcome here, Bill. And the one thing I love about Plenty of Fish and about this live streaming is that for those bad apples, those few bad apples, there's like millions more really great apples, you know? You just gotta find your group and find your community. So I'm really glad you gave Plenty of Fish another try. And I have full confidence that you're gonna meet a special someone on here, just like I did, and have that companionship into your last years, and you could enjoy the love of the life one more time. So guys, let's clap it up
Thank
for
you.
Bill. You did amazing here today. I want to, before I bring you out the box to do the readings, I want to ask you this question I ask all my guests. What is the best piece of advice that you've ever been given your whole entire life? And you have a lot of life, so this is going to be good. I know it's going to be good. What is the best piece of advice that you remember to this day?
Well, I was a linebacker in Tennessee Tech. Um, this is what I would tell people. I'm small. I was 5'11", 185 pounds. I'm small, but I'm slow, which are two negatives.
Right. I was
It's
just
kind of a
like,
joke.
I was like,
I'm
what?
small, but I'm slow.
Okay.
And my linebacker coach leaned over to me one day and he looked at me and he said, "Bill, defense is 95% want to.
Want to.
I want to make the tackle. I want to make the interception. I want to stop the runner. I want to beat the guard who's trying to block me." Well, some people call that desire. You need desire. Some people call it something else. That extra expression of. Mm. So I began to. And he said 95% of defenses want to. What I learned from him was he said you're small and you're slow. To overcome that, you got to overcome that with a want to.
Mm.
I want to be excellent. You want to be excellent. So I finished my career at Tennessee Tech as defensive lineman of the year my senior year. I tied a school record for interceptions in one season with six. And I had two letters from pro teams in Canada, but I didn't want to play in this. I thought I played in the snow, so I didn't want to deal with that. And I wanted to go fly, learn to fly in the Marine Corps. The same thing applied when I got to flight school. I wasn't the smartest guy by no means at flight school. It was full of Naval Academy people. And I said, I'm just not going to be able to make it. I went to what they do, they give you four tests. before you climb in the seat of a cockpit of an airplane, give you four tests: algebra, geometry, physics, and vectors. Now, I've heard of the first three, I'd never heard of the fourth one. So I took all four tests and I failed all four tests. So I went, but the Navy and Marine Corps, they don't send you away because you failed those four tests. They got some money invested in you. They want to help you. So I went to the instructor there and I said, what can I do? He said, well, we're going to put you in what they call stupid study. In other words, you're going to come in here 8 hours a day and practice algebra and trig and whatever. But I want you to go get a slide rule over to PX. So I went over and got a PX. I'd never done a slide rule in my life. And by the way, that was before computers, okay? Handheld computer. Well, I was in that stupid study for a week and a half. I made over 95 on each test at the end of that week and a half. And I was a whiz with a slide rule. Why? Because I wanted to. I wanted to fly.
Yeah.
And this is just an obstacle I had to overcome. And I remember my coach saying, it's 95% mental.
Yes.
I couldn't grow any bigger than 185 pounds. I couldn't run any faster than I could in the 40. So I had to get it from somewhere else, and it was mental. It was want to. And I got over that hurdle, and then there was another hurdle. I'm not a good swimmer. I jump in the pool, and I go right to the bottom. And the Navy swimming test for flight school was awful. You had to swim a mile, freestyle, and tread water with your fingers out of the water. And I failed that one in the mile swim. But again, they give you through remedial training. And I finished the mile in 3 hours. That's how slow I was swimming. But I made it because I wanted to. I wanted to be a pilot. And
Thank
everything
you
I've
for sharing
done through
advice.
life has been because of that.
I love it because, me being a soul alignment coach, I work with my clients every day talking about it's your mindset, it's your choices. That's what's creating your life, not the outside, not the politics or the climate, or it's you. And if you believe you can do it, you will do it. So excellent advice, Bill. Thank you so much. We are going to pick up our conversation tonight in Wellness Wednesday. So for those of you watching on YouTube, the Plenty of Fish app, or wherever you're watching this from, 8 p.m. tonight, Wednesday, December 13th, we'll be back on here. And that portion will be recorded to the podcast show, the Lotus Lounge podcast, that you can find on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and all other podcasting shows. Thank you so much, Bill. If you guys want to hit Bill with that fave, he is a streamer. He does stream from time to time. So hit him with the fave and check out his streams when he goes live. Thank you so much, Bill. And I'm going to be
My
bringing you back
pleasure.
at 8 p.m. All right. He did great. All right. This is the recording is going to end now for those of you watching on the recording because I'm about to do private reading. Well, psychic readings for people. It's not a private reading, of course, it's on a social media platform, but I'm going to try to make it as private as I can. So thank you for watching. If you do want to join me here live, just download the Plenty of Fish app, come to live streams, search for my name, UmaB1111, click the favorite button, and then when I stream, you'll get a notification and you can jump on in and be here with me.